Which I want. Yeah. Good game, man. We got better from that game. We appreciate Arizona having us out here. We played a very bad first half, probably our worst first half of the year. We're kind of doing things that we normally don't do. Put a little hero ball. We're bad in our transition defense. Came in at halftime, talked about winning the second half. And we won the second half for the majority of the second half for about 15 minutes, and they kind of got loose there late. But, you know, if you're going to come in here and beat a team that's preseason pretty dang good, and they're still really dang good, you're going to kind of have to play your A-plus game and then may not play a good game. And we certainly didn't play our A-plus game. We didn't shoot it well, weren't good from the line. We'd have to probably make 23s in the game, which we couldn't do, and we'd have to be totally dialed in on defense, and we weren't the first half, that's for sure. But good experience for our guys, and I'll be watching Arizona when they are playing well. They're a good team, and you've seen that this year from them.
Was stopping them in transition one of your number one priorities, given that they're potent and they play well?
Yeah. We wanted to make them not have all the points at the rim, but it's tough because their size. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a lot of times the difference between mid-majors and high majors is size. And when they're cleaning the glass like they are, and they're able to get that ball out in transition, it's a problem. It's a problem. And we challenged our guys at halftime to try to win the second half on the boards, and our guys fought. But overall in the game, you can look at the rebound margin. They rebounded 42. We rebounded 23. So it's hard to win many games when they do that.
What do you see in Caleb Love?
He's a great player. I mean, he's obviously a high-volume guy, and he can win games by himself. And when he's playing well, they're obviously a problem. So, multi-dimensional player. Made 3 threes tonight. I think he probably can get going maybe a little bit more than he has already this season from behind the arc. And when he's doing that, it opens up his whole game. Obviously, with the big size advantage, we were hoping they would miss a lot of threes. We kind of crowd the paint on them. But they made enough to keep us honest. They didn't make a ton, but they didn't shoot 20%. When you see these upsets in the high majors versus mid majors, it's usually the mid major makes 60% of threes, and the high major has that off night where they shoot 15%. And we shot 34%. They shot 32%. It's probably gonna be tough on you.
How do these games help you for the Southern Conference?
Yeah, it's just totally different. I mean, like, we'll be physical in our league. We can win the physicality battle. And so when we come to these games, we're just going to play how we play because we're getting ready for league play. And I know this. We played Purdue last year early in the season. And they beat us up pretty good. And then we played Kansas in the tournament, and we were right there to win the game. So our players learn things that they can get away with and things they can't get away with. We talked in the game about picking up about the 12-minute meeting in the first half. We talked to our players about picking up, challenging the full court pressing, but not trapping as much. And for some reason, we kept trapping, and our guys learned, like, hey, man, you got to stay with what we're talking about, these media timeouts. And we played some hero ball and didn't move the ball, and we're playing hero ball when the clock had plenty of time to work for a better shot, and we see what happens when you do that. So I say that for this reason. How does it help? Well, the next time we're in this situation, we say, hey, man, here's what we got to do on defense. No hero ball. Hopefully they can reflect and remember what happened when we did it our own way, and we had the biggest deficit we've had in a long time at halftime because of that. We came in at halftime and talked about doing it right, and we cut that thing right back to a game where, we had a chance to cut it to single digits there. We make a layup here or 3 there. So that's what you learn from. That's why basketball at our level is a tournament sport. How can you do it at the end of the year? And we'll learn from that.
This game, I think, was one of the last ones they added. Was that the case with you guys, and did you want to come here? How did it fit in your schedule, I guess? Well,
so these games are hard to get. Like where your ranking is and all the analytics, it's hard to get games because it's most of the high majors are looking for games that they could play their bottom 5 guys, and it's guaranteed to be a lopsided victory. Just with the net rankings and everything, it shows that you just make sure if you play a game that you do win by a lot of points. They did tonight, but for us, obviously, it's a benefit to our program financially. So we're going to play whenever the heck they say that they want to play. We're going to come out here, and as long as that check cashes, man, you let us know, and we'll be out here.
Was it hard, especially to get games like this, especially after last year?
It's so hard. We found Yeah, we found 2 teams that would play it. I mean, it's just what it is. College basketball's changed so much with that, and everything's analytic based, you know. And if you're kind of in a certain range where you're not like a quad 1 game, then it needs to be a game on their home turf where they're guaranteed to win by a lot. And the good thing for them is they won by a lot, so that's good for their net. But we appreciate the game and the opportunity to get out here. It's great for our guys.
You mentioned facing Kansas in the NCAA tournament last year. Arizona and Kansas are now in the same conference.
Yep.
The Big 12, does Arizona seem like a Big 12 team to you, or what you perceive that to be?
You know, it's just the size is so different, right? I mean, that's what you see. It's just a completely different deal size-wise. And you'll have guards go in there and dunk on your center. And I remember that when we played Kansas, it kind of takes you back. But, you know, I'd have to see it up close and personal. Like when it's bone on bone, like sometimes things can be different to the eye, right? Some teams can be, I'm not saying Arizona's this way or not. I don't know. I haven't seen them. But some teams can be really good, you know, beating up on a team, on teams, and then sometimes they play a bigger team. They may be able to impose their will. Sometimes they can't. And you don't know till you know. Like, that's the same with our team. Like, we can get the Southern Conference, and we may get there, and we may just be so physically dominant in our league, or we may get there and find out, hey, we're not as dominant as we thought physically, but you don't know till you know. So I appreciate y'all. Thanks, guys. Thanks for covering me. Yep.